Welcome back, everyone. In case you weren't, hadn't had your fill enough of exciting matches here, we've got two going on at the same time. The last two of the weekend here for the semi-finals. On the A stream, we're going to have Japan versus China. If you want to go watch Malaysia versus Philippines, however, go over to osulive_2, where we're going to have the B stream running there with that match. But for now, both of these matches, they're going to be losers brackets. So the loser of this match is going to be eliminated here. I'm still Potassium F here alongside Mifa. What do you think about this matchup?
Yep, we are so back. And again, this matchup, Japan versus China, coming in clutch on the previous match before. And I guess you can say their scores aren't that much different. You can essentially picture out that this can go to tiebreaker, like all of the matchups we saw before.
This is definitely a hard one to call. The teams do have the knowledge of the past matches that they've played from yesterday. So both of these teams both won their matches yesterday, but I feel like this, now we're getting into semifinals, we're getting into the later stages. China is a team that is getting better and better every week. They didn't quite have the same level of accuracy when we had the start of the tournament here, but as these rounds have gone on, they're getting more consistent when it comes to the combo, when it comes to getting good team scores overall, so they're looking scary. While Japan, they've been showing some exceptionally strong Rice scores as a team, but I feel like maybe the LNs are where China are going to try to attack here.
Yeah, so at this point, it should be very obvious by now, if you're keeping track, that Japan would most likely going to be banning long notes, and China will be banning either the Rice or just the SV, just to mitigate the damage.
So Japan would have 100%, I think they would have banned LN1, but China have protected it as a very strong protect here. Japan should protect, I believe, one of the SV maps, if they are confident with that one, and they are going to be protecting SV2. And I expect Japan to maybe ban Azasai and China to ban SV1.
Yep, there you go. I guess punch for punch for Alan and SV protects and bans. So no surprises there. All the Rice picks will probably be staying up for the entirety. Japan would pick all of them.
Yeah.
And China would pick all of the LNs.
Yeah,
and maybe the hybrids.
I do think out of the LNs, I think LN3 is definitely the most likely to ban. I think that's probably the least comfortable out of the ones remaining. I mean, LN2, I think, is something that Japan can definitely play. They can definitely get their full combos on that one.
Yep, there you go.
And LN4 might also be, at least decently comfortable. LN3 is, as a Lemon Guy LN map, it can be very, very hard to really nail. And I feel like Japan, that's where they are going to go in the end. So the LN3 ban makes sense. China...
Ooh, banning Joker!
Hold on a second. That's a curveball. Both SVs against Japan. I mean, China, they're very good at SV. I know that much.
Yeah, so Japan has a 3 FCs on Joker, let's be real. Like, the lowest is 991 and 992. So China are not going to be dealing their Rice scores on Joker.
Yeah, and China did have a very strong SV1 team score in their match yesterday as well. So it'll be interesting. Japan does know China's SV1 score, so we'll see if Japan decides to pick both of the SVs. They very well might later on into this match, but for now, China's own pick, they're going to go with their protect right away, and this is definitely China's strongest skill set against Japan in this matchup at the very least.
Yeah, China's roster should be Yasa, Fanboy Turks, and Parasol Tree, which you would assume that there are the 3 main LN players. And for Japan, Crew K, Bad Mania player, and I would go so far to say
13
maybe
Wiz, I think.
Yeah, or
I think
13 Wiz.
13 Wiz should be the third player. I think so far, like especially in these later stages, Crew K and 13 Wiz have been actually very strong at the LN picks. They've been looking really good. I think Japan's main sore point for the LNs has been their third player. And while Bad Mania player has been really consistent when it comes to the full combos, the accuracy is just a little bit lower than what you would expect China to pull off.
Yeah, it's interesting enough. We haven't delved into too much of their LN scores, although we do have a previous match for those scores before. China wins by quite a bit actually. Yeah, in terms of score comparisons, even though their LN scores have been undoubtedly have been one of the best in the team scoring, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, China's not China's not been a team so far that you've been seeing the crazy, you know, Thailand level 997k scores from all their players kind of thing. But they've had very solid and very consistent kind of like 990k scores for all their players. And that's kind of still being seen in this stage even. And when we get to maps that are this hard, you know, maintaining anything close to a 990k, that is a really impressive team score to pull out. And it looks like, yeah, we are seeing 13 Wiz coming in for Japan, one of the stronger LN players of this team. But the question will be, you know, Japan are going to have to hold on to their full combos here. I don't think Japan can afford to miss whatsoever. They're going to have to hope that China miss, because I think even, you know, maybe even one China miss is not enough for the lead to go over to Japan here. But
yeah,
we'll
it's
see.
crucial now. It's crucial that the late game focus is to not miss. That's where the lever that we're at right now. We really don't want to miss.
Yeah, just don't miss. Just full combo, guys. Easier said than done here, and it looks like actually all players off to a decent start here. Bad Mania player holding on the 99.3 early on, but not too far behind the other players actually. Ends up being fairly even between the two teams.
Yeah, a bit of a lead to start off with, because Bad Mania player 13 was having quite a bit of struggle with the 99, low 99s here.
Yeah, those coordination releases are really hurting those two players at the bottom for Japan, and Bad Mania player finds the first miss, down below 99% now. Not having fun with these releases, and right now China are holding consistent above 99.4 for all three of their players. And there's another miss coming out as well, already going to be 20,000 points in favor of China.
Already a sizable lead coming into like even the first half of it. It's just like the second half that is just as difficult as this one.
It doesn't really feel like there's going to be an opportunity for Japan to come back into this, just based on how consistent China have been. They haven't really dropped their accuracy very much. I mean, Parasol Tree down to 99.3 right now, but that is more than enough with 3 full combos still on the board versus the 2 of Japan. I mean, Crew K still keeping even with Nyas and Fanboy. That's just not quite enough to make up this 22,000 point deficit.
Quite a lead, yeah. They got there for a good majority of the map, so I think it's kind of clear to see why China has a dominance on LNs.
Yeah, I mean, China cementing themselves as a late game combo focused team, absolutely. Their accuracy is actually looking very good as well, but when you have 3 full combos like this going into the last section of the map, doesn't feel like Japan has any kind of hope of coming back into this one.
Yeah, the lead is just getting better and better for China now, approaching 30,000. Up until, yeah, only this last bit remaining.
And China making it look comfortable. And a familiar name as well to anyone who's watched 7K MWC. It's Turks with the MVP. This time in 4K.
Yep. Caught in 4K as well. Yeah, 6,200s to boot. Yep.
Yeah, best 200 count by a mile actually in the lobby there. And definitely showing China's overall team consistency above that 980k average for them, as they win comfortably on their own Protect. So Japan, not really too much to be upset about here for Japan. Nice win for China, but ultimately it was their own Protect. So that is, you would think, supposed to go to them anyway. But now it's up to Japan. Do they go for SV right away is my question.
I'm assuming they would go with it right away. 2 SVs are up there.
I feel like in recent years, like this year and last year, Japan have kind of opted to save the SV picks for later into the match, which I think might be a good idea for them as well if they want to. Of course, they are definitely going to get a couple more picks.
Yeah, it could, but I mean, they're discussing now, which I don't think that they really don't have that much time to discuss. It's only like a bit of a countdown to boot as well.
If they do pick a Rice, I would expect it to be something like Rice 2 or Rice 4. That is
it's either Uchoten or Minefield, yep.
I think those are the most Japan picks out of the rest of them. Those are the kind of picks, the more straightforward Rice maps that Japan really excels the accuracy on.
Ooh,
Rice
Black
3,
Chocolates. Okay.
that makes sense as well. I don't dislike this at all as well from Japan.
Well, to be fair, I mean, Black Chocolates is the lowest score being 995, and that's a fodder with like a 1-200 or something.
Yeah,
it's good. It's a good pick. It's a good pick, but this is a different match to say to say the least.
Yeah, and I'm wondering, did China play this in their match?
I don't think so. Let me just check real quick.
No, they didn't. They definitely did not.
Yeah, they did not. Yep.
In fact, China only played 2 Rice maps in their own match last time, so not a whole lot of information that Japan is working with, but what they do know is that this is a map that they're very comfortable with, so if they can pull off a similar score they did last time, then this is definitely a good pick for them, and it's up to China now to prove that they can keep up when it comes to the accuracy and consistency here.
Yeah, so like the scores playing from the previous match was like 996, 995.4, 995.2 on Japanese side. That's a tall order to beat, even in the extreme pressure in this kind of a match, especially when you're up in the elimination stage. That's quite a tall order.
Okay, let's see it. The second map that we're going to be seeing here, one that Japan definitely wants to secure here if they don't want to let a breakpoint go over, but also one that I definitely feel like China is able to take if they can maintain that combo. Yeah, I'm not talking about that.
Stop,
I'm not.
Stop. Stop,
Oh,
Donic.
no.
Come on.
Whoa. Wait, that
Yeah,
was
there
so
you go.
long. That was 350
380
notes?
notes. Yep, 380.
Oh my god.
Apana has a little bit of a shaky start, actually.
Yeah, farther down at 99.77, but still not that far down. Actually, kind of matched by Parasol Tree, so a little bit of a lead from China, but actually it looks like it's switching over. It's just about tied between the two teams. So we see 13 Wiz is actually beating out I don't know what. And Na a little bit behind Dawn X, but it looks like it's settling in favor of Japan by a little bit now.
It does settle in, but this is still like the first quarter. We still have 3 more quarters of this shard. The classic shoegazer pattern with the jump streams, always with the 2 jumps back to back.
Yeah, now this lead, I mean 1,000 points. The accuracy is high for all 6 players. It is in favor of Japan, and Japan are increasing their accuracy as a team. It's getting higher and higher, but still not safe whatsoever.
Apana's rivaling with the score. Well, I was gonna say rivaling with I don't know the score, but apparently with a miss now, Japan has a solid lead.
Yeah, that was one of the higher accuracies for China as well. Now dropping down to 99.2, so the accuracy lead very strong in favor of Japan now, along with that miss. And you would think as long as they can hold on to the combo, accuracy drops are not going to be too big of a deal anymore for Japan. But that's
the highest act gone.
Yeah, that was the 990k for China. And now gone, all 3 players on the side of Japan. Better accuracy than all 3 players on China.
Looking fairly solid now, like a 5-digit lead up until like the last third of it.
And, I mean, I don't want to call this too early, but as we're getting into this match, I think Japan might be on pace to beating their team score from yesterday, looking at the accuracies on Na and 13 Wiz.
I mean, it's looking like it. But again, we still have like the last quarter, which still the same density as before, but chokes might happen.
Very possible, but it is a fairly consistent map in terms of difficulty. So possible for chokes, but given how all the players have played, it looks like they are fairly comfortable with the BPM at the very least, so you wouldn't necessarily expect one to happen at this late stage.
Yeah, we're entering, like the last quarter of it. It does feel like the chart is keep on going and going, but once we get to like the ending of it, it's just staying there. The lead doesn't change anywhere.
Oh, this is a crazy performance being put up right now. The only one SC on Team China, but 3 for Japan.
What is that? What is that? Oh my god.
Is...
Okay. Hang on. Hang on a second.
Oh,
100.
No, not a 3-way double S. That was the 100 that a father got at the very intro.
Again,
of the map.
That's 980-ish points better than the previous team score.
2 score V1 double S's coming in for Japan. 2 misses on the side of China. But, I mean, the ratio alone, you can see, even if China didn't miss, even if China got 3 double S's, this would have still been Japan's point.
A father score is worse by 12 points. And then the higher score is Na and Whisk is better score. So essentially,
that's what we call consistency there. Japan playing this map twice in the same weekend, and their lowest individual score out of the 6 was 995.2k. They are a very scary jump stream team. But China now, they're going to be attacking right back in the LN section, and this is definitely the next best pick that I would say is here for China. Another one that I don't think Japan's going to be very comfortable getting good accuracy on.
I wouldn't be very complacent on picking this because all 3 Japanese players FC'd on this chart on the previous match.
I do think both teams played this last time, and I think China only won it by a little bit, but I think this is the map where Japan got 3 FCs, China got, 3 misses on one of their players, and China still got the higher team score. So I feel like unless China gets like a full team wipe, team miss at some point during this match, I think... Which, I mean, look, it's not impossible. I've seen weirder things happen during matches, but I do think this is a very strong pick for China. This should be favored towards them most of the time.
That seems like asking for too much for a team wipe there, but,
I mean, I feel like that's what has to happen if Japan wants to overcome any kind of accuracy. I mean, unless Japan outperforms what they did yesterday.
Tackling on a what-if scenario.
Yeah, what if? What if Japan wins this pick? I think breakpoints are likely to happen maybe later on into the match, but for now I think both teams are probably still comfortable with some of their picks that they have remaining, and especially this one. But we'll see. Of course, seeing Bad Mania player coming back in instead of Father Crew K also coming back in instead of Na.
Yeah, this is also the 3-man LN players for Japan, like the previous match. I mean, this would most likely be staying the same for every LN picks, but this is their main LN players.
And of course, Turks and Yasin fanboy coming back in as well for the LN team for China.
Parasol Tree had a little bit of a shaky start there, man. Actually, might have dropped a few 200s on the intro.
But still actually performing better than Bad Mania player and also tying 13 Wiz. So overall, China's accuracy looking very good off the back of Turks once again with this 99.76 intro. Very strong start for China, but not much of a lead yet, and it's a very long map as well.
Yeah, it's just FCs and you're good to go. But it's not just FCs, but Crew K with the first miss already.
Oh, that was the best accuracy on the side of Japan, now gone. Fairly clean miss, but oh, that's a messy one now coming in from Kuke,
wow.
down to 99.4.
Already a 5-digit lead now.
Yeah, lead from China is going to start getting really big at this point. And there's no accuracy lead to speak of for Japan to even try and claw back some of this point lead. They're just going to have to hope that China really messes up at some point, but this map has proven to be fairly consistent. And the teams that have looked well on this map have managed to get through the whole thing.
China has like a lot of LN bearings to work with, and this clearly shows the finesse that China really doesn't mess around with their LNs either.
Yeah, for sure. 13 Wiz is definitely keeping in it. Tying up with Parasol Tree right now with the full combo. Bad Mania plays a little bit further behind, but it's just really the fact that no one on Team Japan is currently, you know, matching Turks. Or Nyas and Fanboy, really, for that matter.
It's really just all 99.6 across China. That's that's quite an average.
That's really
this
solid.
Far in.
Really, really solid as a team score. Just as a unit here, China is just performing high averages across their players.
Also, I did realize that previous match that Turks was not in it. It was Donex. So essentially, this might be an improvement.
Last section already here with no one messing up aside from those earlier Crew K misses there. And oh,
that's a Fanboy. That's the first miss there. Oh, that's
a second
why one?
Hold on, that's 2 misses. This score lead has cut down really quickly. Now it's only 5,000 points. I think one more miss might be
Watch
enough.
out there. Be careful with those misses because it might cost you.
Yeah, only a little bit of the map left, so as long as China holds on, it should be okay, but one miss the difference now.
It's looking like that China is going to be able to narrowly take it, actually.
Yeah, that got a little bit concerning there, but the misses did cancel out with Crew K's earlier ones, so the accuracy lead for China is what keeps them in it, and once again, another Turks MVP here with 99.66% full combo.
Both teams did better than the previous matches by like 2,000 points. That's still quite a bit to beat with, essentially. But because Turks is in instead of Donex, and Turks clearly has a higher score.
And I'm gonna say, if Crew K didn't find those slider breaks in the middle of the map, that could definitely have gone Japan's way.
Yeah, it does. It's just essentially like it's on like 989k pace, which is like around 8,000 points. That's definitely winnable.
For sure, but now it's Japan's turn to pick. Are they going to go with something like Rice 2? That might be a good pick for them now, and I mean, they always have that SV wildcard in the back pocket whenever they really want to solidify a point.
The illusion of free choice. Is it jump string time, or is it core jack time, or is it SV time?
Yeah, I mean, you know for sure a team like Japan is going to pick SV at some point in the match. The question really is just when.
If they're really gonna go with the jump string pick, and I guess Uchoten is their next best. No, core jack time. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, core jack has looked very good. Remember as well, last week, Yomogi, if you were to think back, got 10 300s.
10 300, yep, there you go.
Not something that's going to happen again for the rest of this tournament.
No, absolutely not.
But I am very scared of Yomogi's core jack now.
This is like 152 BPM, and even though like the last core jack was like 147 or 146 around that, only a 5 BPM increase. But Patterdons are definitely not straightforward, as you might have seen.
We'll see. We have Na coming in here. We are, I would say we have to be seeing Yomogi coming in after what we have seen.
Yeah,
And
Yomogi and a father.
A father being the third player? I mean, Kruke can also play Jax very well, but a father would make a lot of sense as well.
Kruke hasn't been playing like most of the Rice picks, so or I don't think Orjai pick for that matter.
Yeah, I mean, 13 Wiz is also a very strong Rice player as well. They have a lot of Rice players on Japan's team.
Yeah. Also, mind you that both of these teams haven't played this either, so this is a fresh perspective.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, on Team China, I'm definitely always concerned when I see Dornex coming in on a Rice pick. Dornex has some insane accuracy as well.
Oh, it is Kruke, okay. No Yomogi.
No Yomogi, okay.
Is Yomogi probably going to be reserved for SBs? Or is it actually a little bit too hard now for Yomogi to catch up with this level of complexity?
Yeah, I wonder. I do definitely know Yomogi is online. I can see them.
Yeah,
they have been switched over to the server.
Let's see if the fresh perspective from Japan side that is not Yomogi playing.
I mean, if anything, that just means that these three players have scores that are that good on this.
Yeah, well, yeah, essentially, yeah.
We'll see, because China, they have the core jack ability as well, and we know that core jack can come down to one single mistake from one player. That is all that it takes for a team to win a point on a core jack pick.
Because as you might know, core jack pick is not because of a miss as a mistake, but 50s as a mistake, or non-200s.
Oh, and we are already seeing the accuracy coming out. And this is some high accuracy across the boards. Almost everyone on 99.9.
High octane accuracies right here. Averaging 99.9s across the board. Mind you, even with the lowest 99.87, that's still averaging 99.9.
Oh my god, and the density is so high as well. At this BPM, everyone's holding on. No real accuracy drops. It's just 13 Wiz. And nah,
I'm concerned. There you go. I was concerned because the hit error might have been, yeah, like I don't know as well too. The second miss coming from China's side. Oh, that's a dirty one as well.
Big accuracy drop from I don't know what. 3 misses total on the side of China, and all 3 full combos still on the side of Japan. Accuracy big in the lead of Japan as well. They can afford a couple of misses as long as they're not too messy.
Yeah, this time the complexity is not just the core jack anymore.
Oh yeah, these bursts in between catching Yasin Fanboy off guard again. Down
oh, 13 whistles, that's like a couple of 50s there.
Oh yeah, low accuracy now, but still maintains the full combo, and that's more than good enough right now for Team Japan. 25,000 points in the lead. They are holding comfortable.
No, 13 whist!
On the only LN!
LN! There's a slider rig on an LN.
Like the single LN that's in this match.
That's not a miss, that's a 50 and a bit actually.
But it's not going to be enough just in and of itself. That was a clean miss, all things considered. And it's going to be still 18,000 points in favor of Japan. Nah, with the double digit 300
double digit, yep. And the V1 as well for Kruke and Dornex. That's all around just those are core jack scores, alright? The ratio is always low. Or the 300 count is always low.
Yeah, just less misses coming out of Japan. That's the main story of this map. And they
the only miss was on a slider break.
Yeah. Yeah, the one slider break there, which is unfortunate. I guess that makes this a hybrid map.
This has always been a dangerous LN pick across every match, just because it's the least amount of least LN testing, because it's just essentially jump straight.
Yeah, I mean, I want to say I almost would prefer China to go for hybrid before this pick, but at the same time, I feel like they're probably going to pick this anyway at some point. It's just maybe the riskiest of all of the LN picks in the pool here against Japan, because you know, even though Japan kind of struggled a little bit on the accuracy, this is probably the easiest to keep okay accuracy as Rise players.
Yeah, so 13 Wiz, Kruke, and Bad Mania version comes back in because all 3 players on Japan did also FC on this previous match. So Trying to keep up with consistency with China is another question. And you would normally say that China, the three-man LN team has been staying the same most of the time, but this time it's Donex, actually.
Yeah, I mean, it would make sense for a map like this to have a slightly different team than what we saw in the other LN picks. So looks like no Nyasen fanboy, I believe, who's been playing the LN so far. Dornex perhaps coming in instead. But the same three players we're seeing for Japan, making a lot of sense. Crew K and 13 Wiz have been pretty excellent just all around.
So I guess both of the team score differences has been like around 10,000 point-ish, because and at this pick in time, this can change quite a bit actually.
I mean, just a side note here, I only just kind of realized how like similar in structure Crew K and Dornex's names are.
Yeah, it's just
four-letter word
K,
into
K
capital
and
letter.
X. Yep, there you go. Or you can just combine it and mimic in the long-standing name of Crew X for whatever reason.
Dawn K.
Dawn K. Yep. Is that a new name for now?
Yeah, maybe. But we'll see how the teams go on this one. Might come down to the combo a little bit. If Japan can hold on to the combo, definitely breakpoint possible, but China so far have not been doing a whole lot of missing when it comes to these LN picks.
Well, only like the only one miss was like Dear Than I Love, which is like just at the outro of it. But Donex has a bit of a difficulty in keeping up on the accuracy, actually. Kind of all over the place and hit error.
Yeah, actually the lowest accuracy, and that's giving Japan actually the lead in terms of accuracy, which is something we haven't seen so far. Actually, Crew K is doing the heavy lifting
leading
right
now.
here.
Oh god, okay, 99.83. But we still haven't entering the break section yet, which is quite a bit. But the lead is now a tug of war at this point.
Yeah, Dornex is recovering that accuracy, catching up to Bad Mania player now, and
god,
is tied just about at the halfway mark. Still anyone could win this.
We're entering the break section after this section, so we can see the score difference right there after. There's a 1,000-point lead now, because I saw Bad Mania player has a bit of a drop.
Yeah, Crew K also dropped in accuracy a little bit, down to 99.77. Still the best in the lobby,
1,000-point lead.
Oh my god, this is within a few 200s potentially here, and oh, I just saw a couple from Turks.
Oh my god. Oh god, that's careless there. Very careless. Watch out, because this outro decides everything now.
Oh, and it's dense. You know, anyone can mess up. Still 6 full combos. Who will make the first mistake? Dornex now actually
the first mistake comes up. We're entering the last bit of the outro now. Does everyone gonna keep the FC? It does look like it.
Oh my god, six-way
FC.
And it looks like just barely.
Barely. Just barely there.
China are gonna hold on.
2,000-point lead.
That's was
oh my god,
so close. In the end, it really came down to Dornex managing to recover that accuracy so well in the second half.
Way perfect. You love to see it.
Oh my god. And
no 100s, no 50s.
Crew K getting the full combo there. I mean, not the full combo, but like the MVP, I should say. Everyone getting the full combo. Everyone getting the high 980Ks at the very minimum. And that's Japan showing, oh, maybe some of these LN-based picks, maybe the hybrids later on might not be so certain for China.
As it has been historically for LN2 picks, all picks, every single picks for every team has been kind of have been narrowly won. This has been one of those cases again.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess the other good sign for Japan here is that China's out of LN picks. LN picks are gone. It's going to have to be probably the hybrid picks that China go for in the future here, but now Japan, they still have a lot of rice picks, and they've got the 2 SB picks up, so they get a lot more choice.
They've got quite a bit of choices here. I mean, two SVs are up there, and then yeah, Uchoten now. We're not staying away from the jump stick either.
Yeah, I mean, given what we've seen, this definitely looks like Japan's most comfortable pick that they have in terms of the rice pool. I think after this, I would maybe expect SV to come out next round for the next picks, but this one still seems like a very strong pick for Japan if they can hold it together. This one much shorter though, so mistakes are going to be even more costly here than they were in the other maps.
Yeah, so I mean, Donex and I don't know, Parasol has been like also playing like a black chocolate, so this should be no different. And you would normally say that 13 Wiz is also coming back in as well for Choten.
Let's see what the teams end up being. Of course, we're getting I don't know what high coming in for Team China. That is the player that's been playing, I think, all the rice maps so far for China. So that makes sense. Parasol Tree staying in. And Dawn X, of course.
Kruke. Oh no.
Ooh, are we seeing Kruke?
Yeah,
Nah,
it is
Afother and Kruke. We're getting the Afother Kruke duo coming back in here. Reminds me of what 2020 something.
2019 has been like 2019 is a long-serving veterans here.
Yeah, a couple of years ago.
Essentially. No 13 Wiz this time.
Yeah, but again, it kind of just goes to show how deep the Japan roster is when it comes to the rice picks. They can pick whoever. Maybe they are just switching players out to give some players a rest. Maybe 13 Wiz does need a rest after playing so many of the maps so far in the match. But we definitely know that Kruke can pull off some really strong accuracy scores himself.
I do believe that Japan hasn't picked this either in previous match, so might be a newer perspective as well. They played Black Chocolates, but not this.
And this one a little bit faster overall, but maybe a little bit more comfortable in the patterning. We'll see.
I'm clenching so hard on this. This is still not a lead.
Yeah, this is dead even right now. Dawn X actually leading the lobby 99.96, and that's keeping China still very, very close.
It's still a tug of war. We're entering the chorus though, so hopefully this can change. Really?
I don't know what, actually starting to slip a little bit down to the 99.82 range, but still no leads to be seen for either team. It's still dead even. We're already halfway into the map. It's such a short map overall.
How is this still break even?
Oh my god, less than 1,000 points.
I mean, you can see like 1,000 because of accuracy difference, but it's still not a lead.
We can see actually right now, Kruke and Afother are both increasing their accuracies just little bit by bit as Dawn X actually drops maybe a little bit of accuracy there. Parasol Tree has also dropped a little bit of accuracy. But it's not much. It's tiny margins here for either team.
I wouldn't be complacent at this point. I'm already regaining his composure back up to 9.8.
Oh, but that's
Parasol Tree with the first miss!
That's
the lead gonna go to Japan!
And now as long as Japan holds onto the combo, easier said than done, but we only have a little bit of the map left. They just need to hold the combo here. 9,000 points in the lead for Japan. That's the biggest we've seen so far in the map.
We're entering 5-digit lead here for Japan. Doesn't seem... I don't know what, that also has some accuracy issues as well. 99.7 just matching with Parasol. But at this point, Japan is still staying with like 99.8s now.
Yeah, a little bit of an act drop for Afother and Kruke, but nothing too serious. They just need the combos. That's all they care about right now.
Looks like they're gonna take it.
Then they take another point, 2988, as the team score 3 double S's.
3 V1SS! Oh no! Dawn X is also 1, so 4 V1SS on this lobby.
I mean, Dawn X with absurd rate. That's almost a 998k from Dawn X, but 3 double S's on the side of Japan. That kind of team consistency is what's really going to win you these points in the semi-final stage.
We're still on deadlock, people. 3-3.
No break points to come out yet. Both teams have looked so good on their own picks.
China's picks have been running thin. No LNs anymore. They're gonna have to stick with hybrid. There you go.
Yeah, I think now is the danger zone. Now we're getting into the dangerous territory for China. We're gonna have to go to the hybrid picks. And hybrid, of course, it's a mix of LN and Rice. Japan kept it close on the LNs, but the Rice is gonna feel a lot more comfortable for them.
This is the one that I would normally expect that Japan should be able to handle. This is, I think, the what you can consider like the more straightforward of the hybrids. No funny business on the LN releases. It's just all brawl of physicality.
Yeah, this is such a physical map compared to the other hybrids here, and honestly, this one might be more comfortable for Japan. You know, much more of a speed-focused map that they've shown that they can play very well. 13 Wiz, of course, coming back in, probably the most well-rounded of the Japanese team, and Kruke, you will also expect to be playing these hybrids as well.
Bird, Sidonix, and Parasol now.
Yeah.
Ooh boy. I don't normally see Trix playing hybrids, but I guess here we are now.
Also, I mean, shout out to Parasol Tree in particular for China, because I believe they've played almost every single map so far this match. I think it's just the Jack map that they ended up switching out, but definitely the player that's been holding it all together for the Chinese team. And you have to imagine maybe towards the end of this match, they might be feeling a little bit of fatigue here, as I guess 13 Wiz, you can say the same thing on Team Japan.
Okay, it seems like we're settling in with Japanese players have been the 3-man team, Red Mania player 13 Wiz and Kruke. They haven't been playing hybrids, so here's a new perspective on how Japan's gonna perform on hybrids.
Yeah, and I mean, an interesting point, at least for me here, is just to see how does Bad Mania player fare when it comes to faster maps, because we've only really seen them play on the LN maps so far, really in the whole tournament. We haven't really seen the physicality or speed being pushed here.
Yeah, like I said, the more straightforward hybrids of all things. This should favor a lot more on the more physical players.
Both teams have physical players in spades right now, but it looks like China are off to a little bit of a better start overall. Kruke and Bad Mania player both struggling in the accuracy a little bit compared to the rest of the lobby.
One miss can easily change the fate.
Oh,
the two misses!
Kruke and 13 Wiz on the same note. And China now, all of a sudden, this is 20,000 points in the lead. China were unfazed so far. And that was such a big accuracy drop.
25,000 lead now. That's already a huge lead there.
Look at the accuracy on the side of 13 Wiz right now. And it was at 99.1 just before. Lowest on China is 99.66.
Like, how does that even happen? 99.6 on average, like 99.7 now on average.
And this is a short map as well. It's not even 2 minutes long, and Kruke finding another miss. This might be it.
30,000 point lead is pretty much, they need a team wipe. I don't think that would be the case.
And the end is really tricky as well, but China managed to kind of brush off all of these speed patterns so far, and it looks like they are going to be holding on if they can hold on to this last few seconds.
Yeah, it looks like a 40,000 point lead. This lead is already pretty much in favor of China, and looks like that Mania player is keeping up with the China's full combos.
Yeah, a nice full combo for Bad Mania player, but this is a 3-way FC with all single-digit 200 counts on the side of China.
Lowest 300 count being, I guess the highest 300 count being 481, and that's beating every single Japanese players.
Yeah, the ratio, the 200s, the combos as well on Team China, averaging 990k across the team, and that's a bit of a statement here. China have physicality just in a crazy level here.
Kruke saying that they should have banned that hybrid.
Yeah, we should have banned Hybrid 1. Well, I think LN3 was still a good ban in hindsight. LN3 is another one of those really tricky ones that I feel like China would have had the advantage in the combo aspect, but either way, very strong showing from China here. And now, once again, we're back in the pattern. 7 points so far and not a single breakpoint yet.
This time though, Japan's picks are also a little bit of a question mark. It's
SV?
not a straightforward picks anymore. It's just SVs or the other 3 Rice picks that are not jump street or Jax.
I think why not? Why not pick the SV? If you're confident with it, Japan have to be confident with it, right?
I mean, they really did leave it out for a reason.
They're gonna be avoiding
No, they're staying with the tech. They're staying with the tech. Cold
the
hard
tech now. Oh, okay.
China does have a score on this though, and China's scores are also very good.
Yeah, this is kind of the part of the Rice pool now where I'm gonna get scared for Japan. All of the straightforward accuracy picks that Japan have been crushing on, those are gone. Now we only have these kind of more technical, more tricky maps left of the pool that absolutely you can expect either one of these sides to be finding a lot of misses on.
Yeah, so Cold Hard hasn't been played by Japan. Only China played. Oh, well, okay.
Oh, I'm looking at China's score that they got yesterday. That is a very strong team score. My god, China have over 990k average on their team for this with 1 miss.
Yeah, 1 miss. And Japan is gonna have to battle it out on that even better team score than that.
If China pull off the same team score, I'm just gonna say straight up, Japan cannot afford a single miss.
Well, Japan cannot afford to have a single mistake at all. Like, even dropping 150 is considered a mistake.
Oh, and I mean, on a tech pick as well, that's just such a hard thing to ask for, right? It's so easy to drop bad judgments on stuff like this.
It can also be considered a lethal mistake if you miss. So there's a lot on the line for Japan here.
But of course, Japan know their own team scores. They willingly picked into this after seeing what China was capable of. So we'll see if the same thing happens here. Oh wow, what is this? Off to a good start for a lot of these players.
Only Parasol Tree is like below 99.8, and that's all there is to it.
Yeah, I mean, wait until we get into the trickier patterns. These accuracies are absolutely going to be dropping.
I never get tired by saying this, but second half is backloaded, so you don't want to sweat too much on the first half on keeping like really high accuracies.
Oh, they are sweating all right though. Look at these accuracies.
Yeah, well,
99.4.
They really don't want to sweat too much here.
99.3 as well. Oh, I don't know what high actually dropping a bit of accuracy down. I was going to say they had a 99.93. But right now, all of the Japanese players on 99.92 average for them.
On average. Yep, there you go.
Dornex is matching that, but it is a bit of a 1,000 point lead in favor of Japan.
We're approaching the exit of the first half. This is the only rig you're gonna get. And after that, it's just backloaded.
Okay, don't miss. We saw misses on this break section before.
Break section is the hardest part of the chart.
You cannot let your concentration slip just because you get a little moment to breathe. You have to stay locked in here. And it looks like all players are going to get through that just fine. Still the accuracy advantage over to Japan, but only 2,000 points.
By only just of a difference.
We're in the second half now. It's going to start getting harder and harder now as the map progresses. And a single miss, a single slip up is going to be more than enough for either team to take a big lead.
Afodder has been taking a little bit of a 200 there. Mima dropped to line 9.85. Same goes for China though, so essentially the lead is not going anywhere.
Although
that
Parasol,
lead though is gonna shrink.
Yeah, Afodder drops accuracy again. 13 Wiz drops a little bit of accuracy, and Parasol Tree has recovered up to 99.8 now.
We're entering first last quarter now. The lead is gonna swing now.
Oh, and Afodder dips below 99.8. This lead is going back and forth. But actually, Dornex Dornex drops.
99.8 average! I thought it dropping 99.8 below that.
Dornex dropped down from 99.9 to 99.8.
It's gonna come down to the wire here.
Oh my god, how do we still have such close
How is this
battles?
still a 1,000-point lead?
It's still 6 FCs! No, a father!
No! What are you saying that? Come on now!
Oh, that might have just decided. Are we gonna see the first break point?
That miss has sealed their fate, and that's a break point.
Oh my god, China with the 3-way FC. Nah, with the score V1 double S, but the single miss coming out at the very end of the map is what decides the entire thing.
How does that even happen? Japan has such a tug of war at the end.
I said China had a 990k average. Now they're putting up a 993k average on their team. They are stepping up today, even compared to yesterday. That's the first break point we get. 5-3 now, and China gets their own pick.
That's an up score by a huge margin there by China. And now they're down by 2 points. China has the lead.
But again, China don't have LN picks left. They have the 2 hybrids. Now, Hybrid 1 looked very good for them, but these other 2 hybrids are very different maps. And I'm particularly scared when if we see Hybrid 3 coming out. Fola hybrids are something else.
All those hybrids are just another realm of complexity.
I think China probably going to want to keep it a little bit less volatile and pick Hybrid 2.
Oh my god!
No, never mind. Hybrid 3 is coming out.
I think this is the first time being picked. The first time being picked for this entire round. I haven't seen this being picked by any of the matches so far.
We'll see how they play on this one, because this one is just over 2 minutes long, but if you've ever played a follow map, you know these patterns are really awkward to be able to hit some of them. And it's so easy to just completely lose it.
If you remember Libidinum, also by Fola, this has the same merit.
Very high risk, high reward pick here for China, but definitely one of the best that they have left to be able to go for. And we've seen now, I mean, towards this kind of later stage of the match, we've seen China have really been keeping up with the combo. They have not been missing very much at all in the last few picks.
Alright, we should be seeing this, the first being shown, Gaviscon being played.
Here we go, Japan now, they need to look for a breakpoint. Ideally, as soon as they can as well. And this would be an ideal one for them to win on. It's possible. It is possible, but Japan don't have much wiggle room to work with here. They're going to have to get at least 2 to 3 full combos, you have to imagine, and hope that China find a break here or there.
This is also a crucial breakpoint for Japan, because essentially China will only have 1 hybrid left, and the rest are just Ryzen SV.
The LNs are also really tricky in this, so I imagine China might have a bit of an accuracy lead if some of the players on Japan struggle, but actually it looks like fairly tied at the start here. Oh my god, this map is just so hard to read.
How is this even like acceptably parsed?
I don't know how you read this whatsoever. If you get lost in any of these kind of like wonky snapping LNs like this, you are missing out on like 10,000 points instantly in a second.
I have no idea that this is such a higher risk, like 13 wins or like a drop there.
Yeah, 11,000 points now in favor of China, but actually the accuracy side of things is still looking very good for Japan, even though Bad Mania playing 13 wins a little bit behind. It's not by that much, and Crew K actually has the best accuracy in the lobby.
There's still like second half of it though. We're still not even on the, I guess, the harder parts yet.
And Japan are hoping for China to find a miss at some point if they want to come back in this. It's not going to take that many mistakes, so it's still very possible, but not a very long map. Time is running out.
This is so hard to parse, dude, and China's still holding it now.
Oh my god, China, all three players on 99.5. That's their average currently, and still with the 3 full combos, 2 full combos for Japan. But 3 obviously beats out the 2.
They really don't want to miss. They really do not want to miss at all.
Even if they miss now, is there enough time? I think we're already kind of in the last little section of the map. I don't think it missed. Oh, Turk's getting a 100 there. Almost, but it looks like it's going to be 3 full combos. Again on the hybrids for China. They're so good.
They haven't missed ever since Black Chocolates. Which is like, what, the second pick from Japan? Or like the first pick or something? That is incredible.
The combo consistency from this team is why they're looking so scary in the late stages of the game. This is a tough situation for Japan.
Now they are back against the wall. They have to win 3 points to push themselves to a tiebreaker scenario, or it is game over for Japan.
3 points. I mean, Japan gets 2 picks for themselves. They only are realistically 1 breakpoint down, but you know for a fact China's going to be picking that hybrid pick last. I wonder now, do Japan go for SV? Or do they stick with the Rice? They can win the Rice. We've seen them win the Rice. But it's up to what they think. What do Japan think is more risky here? And I can only imagine, I mean, Japan knows China's SV1 score. If Japan is not picking SV1 right now, it's because they are not confident in beating what they saw from China yesterday.
Tough situation to deal with. They left SVs open, and China knows they are confident with it. Even then, the Rice picks are also not that much of a choice, because Hubris should be the best pick for Japan. Idol is way too dangerous.
But it also feels like relying on China to make a mistake with how they've been playing so far might not be the best call.
I'm gonna lose my mind if they actually pick Idol.
I think they could. I mean, it's kind of 2 options that they have right now. Japan either pick both of the SV picks for the end of this match, or they pick both of the Rice picks. Because you know China's going to be picking that hybrid, so either we're going to be seeing... Oh, I don't know. It's hard to call it at this point. Because now I'm kind of not really sure if Japan feel confident themselves on the SVs.
Yeah, so the 3 best Japan picks are Hubris and the 2 SVs. And China's 3 best picks is Hybrid. And
it's just Hybrid.
Idol.
But I don't see China ever picking Idol in this situation. I think Hybrid 2 is a guarantee. And you know that's coming out if Japan managed to win their own pick now. And, oh, okay.
Okay.
Here we go.
Which SV do you want to play? Oh boy, okay.
Which SV do you want to play?
They're asking for trouble.
You know what this means? This means Japan are planning on picking both of them if this match goes the distance. Japan,
they're asking China.
Japan are asking their enemies, their opponents here, what do they want to play right now?
As what the popular idiom says is, know your enemies.
But I feel like this might be the most likely way that Japan comes back. If Japan have 2 SV picks potentially in the next 3 picks.
Alright, SV Beatboxer coming up.
Oh, here we go. And it's so rare to see an SV being picked this late into a match, but this might be exactly what Japan needs to come back. We know that they are the #1 seed for SV for a reason. They are super good at it, but so are China.
And yeah, there you go. Ganyu Angel, well, and Donex and Parasol Tree should be coming up for China. Japan, Yomogi and Kruke, and I believe 13 Wiz might also play this one as well.
Yeah, and actually Yomogi has been one of the best players in Japan for SV, which is a crazy thing to say when we have Kruke on the same team, right?
Well, if it's crazy enough, if it's actually like 3 SV players dedicated for every single SV, like in last year.
But let's have a look. Japan's chance of coming back, I think they can definitely take it to a tiebreaker. But if they show a strong performance here, I feel like it all will come down to Hybrid 2.
Because after this pick, China's pick is guaranteed a hybrid, and Japan has to break it. So we'll get to that later, but they have to win this first.
We'll see. This is the SV pick that Japan played yesterday, I believe. So this is one that they should be confident on. Second time they're playing it now. China, I don't think have played this one. China played the other one, did they not?
I believe China did play this too, I think. I could be wrong about that though.
Okay, well let's see here which side it ends up going to. This one, very easy to choke on some of these patterns. Very tricky to read as well.
If you see an average of 99.7 across the lobby, you know they put an ungodly amount of effort to practice this.
And oh my god, you can imagine the tension has to be so high right now. Because you know, Japan knows if they mess up once, that could be their tournament life gone.
13 Wiz and Yomogi had 200 there.
Oh, 13 Wiz!
Oh my god, drop. 13 Wiz! That's a massive column lock on the third column.
Oh, that's a massive drop again. Ganyu Angel does miss, but Ganyu Angel's still on 99.7.
That's a harsh drop there by 13 Wiz.
Oh, the nerves at this stage. I think leaving the SVs this late might have been the undoing here.
There's not much you can do with this kind of lead. Like 48,000 is almost unrecoverable.
I don't think this is recoverable. I think this is it. 96,000 points. I mean, 13 Wiz maybe is going to be able to get back up to 98 or 98%. But that's just not enough when the lowest accuracy on China right now is 99.68. China is crushing this despite that one miss from Ganyu Angel. And I mean, Kruke is doing Kruke things, but ultimately it's the team score from China that is dominating currently.
I mean, second half was easier, but it's just not even that close to enough.
Oh, that's such a heartbreaking
Turks
moment.
though the miss, but again, that's only one miss. Like one miss versus a column lock, that's a huge call. That's a huge difference.
That was
already.
a complete misread of the pattern in the slow jam as well. One of the worst places you could ever misread a pattern is during those slow jams because it's so hard to pick yourself back up. And that's exactly what happened here. And no matter how many misses China gets, this accuracy lead is not recoverable.
Yeah, I feel like this should be the swan song for Japan. Doesn't seem like to be a good pick after all, leaving this late into the match.
You can see what could have been though. You can see Yomogi and Kruke, those are the two best scores in the lobby. Kruke especially putting up another crazy, this is a score v1 double S with 94 300s, but bittersweet in the end because it is China with their team score that ends up picking it up 7-3, and Japan will be eliminated here in the losers semifinals.
After a deadlock from 3-3, China cruising with 4 points carried on their back after a breakpoint from Cold Hard. That seems like that's a heartbreak.
Yeah, really unfortunate situation there for Japan, but well played for China. I mean, as you said, China basically didn't miss for almost all of the picks in this match. They are looking absolutely terrifying, and I dare say it, they are one of the contenders, you would say, for that podium position if they can keep up performances like this later and later in the finals pools. But we'll have to see, because China managing to book their ticket into the top 6 into the finals week losers bracket.
Yeah, and the brackets, I believe, should have been finalized, because also Philippines versus Malaysia also concluded as well. 7-2 win for the Philippines as well. So Philippines and China are going over to the lower bracket of the finals. So that's beating Chile, and it's really hard, and South Korea as well.
And oh my god, wait, look at those losers bracket match. Korea versus Philippines, South Korea versus Philippines. This a rematch that has happened multiple times in the past few years. And Chile versus China. And out of those 4 teams, only one of those 4 can make the podium. And I think there's a good argument for any of those 4 teams to get through. That is crazy.
Absolutely. That being said, that's all of the semifinals matches for this weekend as well. That's time flies by so quickly, and this kind of a nail biters for these matchups to happen. And finals is not gonna get any better, because essentially, winners bracket is a point of contention who's gonna get the top 2, and the lower bracket is who's gonna get getting through into the grand finals as well.
Absolutely, but of course, in the meantime, we do have a map pool showcase for the finals that is about to be coming fairly soon. I believe that's in about 1.5 hours at 15:30 UTC. I believe that's when it is booked. So make sure you stick around about 90 minutes for that one, where we're going to be seeing the pools that these extraordinarily strong teams are going to be playing on next week for their lives. But for now,
yeah, absolutely.
I think we're going to be signing off there for now after a crazy exciting block of matches. I hope everyone has enjoyed it. I know I have, definitely, but
yeah, we all do. And essentially, we also are not getting tired to mention that banners are still up there to be able for you to purchase to support your favorite teams, the remaining favorite teams, or even the teams that are knocked out in the tournament as well. So you can go to our store right there, and you can purchase a banner for your favorite team as well. Even the 6 remaining teams to play in the finals weekend, because if one of the teams are able to win the Mania 4K World Cup 2024, you get to keep the banner until the next Mania 4K World Cup.
Of course, so make sure you stack those on your banner, support the teams, because there's a lot of close matches coming up next week as well, after a pretty insane semifinals weekend. So in the meantime, make sure you stick around for that showcase happening at 15:30, but we will be signing out here, and I will see you guys next week.
Yeah, this has been Mifa and Potassium. We're signing off.